But after writing my book and having some people read my book, and I have a lot of friends and I network a lot. Networking is key, okay? Network, talk to people, meet people, get to know people. Even now at a young age, intern somewhere, okay? Meet a lot of people. You'd be surprised at who's gonna ask you, hey, you know, you'd be a great speaker. I have this speaker series at MJC. I would love for you to come speak at. I was introduced to Brian from one of my friends, okay, who spoke here. So sometimes it's by accident, and it's also by who you know, and people who, if you've given it, and you start small. I started just teaching, okay, and then being on panels, like if somebody's asking about marketing, and I've been on small panels like years ago. So it's just about getting to know different people and then thriving in what you're doing, in any job that you're at. And you'll get there. You will make it happen. You want to do that, you'll make it happen. Trust me. Yeah, I think when you put your mind to something, don't let go. Like, I always wanted to write a book, like since my 20s, and I'm like, what am I? It was more children's books, but then I thought, you know, if I wrote nonfiction and talked about my experiences, I think that it was a hard process. I'm not going to lie to you, it was very hard, but I did it when my kids were in school and I was at home. So you could do it. You just have to put your mind to it, not give up. It may take years, it may take months. Just don't give up on it. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
After graduating high school, how long did it take you to get to where you are now?
Okay.
And how long did it take you to write your book?
Are you asking me how old I am?
No. I didn't ask that.
Okay, so first question. I graduated high school in '97 from Oakdale. I'm 39. Okay, so that's how long it took me to be on the stage. Okay, and for some people it takes shorter time. Some people it takes longer time. It just depends on who you are. It took me 5 years to graduate with my bachelor's. Okay, I thought I was a failure because it usually takes 4, but you guys, like 5 is good, right? Okay, so things happen, things come up, but it's okay when obstacles come about. So that's how long the journey has been, and I still have a lot to learn. Okay, anybody that says I know a lot, I don't need any type of education, should just stop what they're doing, should just stop their work, because you're always learning. I learn from my students all the time. I'm always learning new things in my class. Like this last semester, I didn't know you guys hung out, like kids hung out at Dale Road In-N-Out Burger. Is that where you, anyways, the high schoolers, not college kids. Okay, but my point is, I learn from my students constantly, especially about this new technology. Okay, one of them taught me how to hack my, what was it? Oh my gosh. No, not my phone. The Amazon, the chip thing. Fire stick. There you go. He was, teaching me how to do it. I'm like, okay. Yeah, still did not know how to do it. So again, I learn every day. It's still a learning curve. And then your second question was, how long did it take me to write this?
Yeah.
So I hired a writing coach because I had no idea where to start. I hired her, she helped me out. So every week we would have a conference call, and it took about 9 months to finish. Then I had an editor, which took 2 months to edit the book because it was kept going back and forth, back and forth. Then I had to get a cover, and it was published in April of last year, finally. So 2018. So and for some people it takes a lot shorter, but in some people it takes longer. So it just depends on how motivated you are. I just needed it done. I was like, I need this done. Any other questions? Yeah.
You said you're marketing manager. What company do you work for?
Oh, I work for Stanislaus County Fair. And I started off as assistant marketing manager for one of the shopping centers, but now I do the marketing for the Stanislaus County Fair. Yes?
What inspired the cover of the
Superhero. That's the cape. I know, I get asked that a lot. They're like, what is that? It's a cape, superhero.
Is the girl yourself or your daughter?
Oh, it's just a girl. I wanted a silhouette facing the world, facing the city, because that's where I wanted to be, you guys. I wanted to be in the city, not in Turlock. So I married a Turlock boy who never wants to leave. We're stuck in Turlock, which I love, you guys. I love Turlock, especially for raising a family. But I wanted to be in the city. I wanted to be in LA or in New York doing marketing, publicity. That was my thing. And then I got engaged and married, and the whole Assyrian traditions fell into place, and we kind of had to, he does not want to leave Turlock. Those taco trucks, he loves. They're so good. Silva's.
The ones in Keys is really good.
And Keys? I don't know. I only like Silva's. Anybody else? Yes.
How did you decide what field in communication studies you wanted to
That-
enter? And then what is your job, like, what does your job include now? Like, what do you do specifically?
Yeah, that's a great question. So at UOP, Cal Poly, I was taking a lot of courses in marketing and public relations. I was in journalism, which I loved. I loved my PR course because my professor worked for eBay. And at that time, eBay was just up and coming. This is the year 2001, you guys. This is how old I am. 2001. So it was just up and coming, and we were doing so many cool creative projects as pro bono work for eBay that I loved it. And I loved PR, and I wanted to stick with that. I wanted to stick with marketing, and that's what I do right now. I'm marketing communication, not communications. My professor said we communicate, we don't communicates. There's no S in communications. I know a lot of us say that. Anyways, so I deal with the media. So media relations, public relations, guest relations, marketing, which is more budget work, and dealing with where to advertise and where my money is going to advertise. And then collateral pieces, we got to get the word out. Social media is huge for us. That's how we get the word out about who's performing at the fair. Like we just announced TLC, Clay Walker's coming. We're going to be announcing all these new acts coming in. So that's the majority of what I do. Crisis communication, that's a huge thing. So if there's a shooting at the fair, if any type of crisis that happens, I'm the spokesperson. I'm the one in front of the camera telling the reporter everything is fine. I can't talk about this right now. You have your 3 main points, and that's what you stick to. So that's what I've been trained to do. And I also volunteer in our Stanislaus County Emergency Services, and I'm one of the PIOs. So if an emergency happens in Stanislaus County, I'm one of the public information officers. That's what PIO stands for. And what we basically do with the flooding that just happened in 2017, we were all stationed. You know where the 911 dispatch center is? On, what is that road? Oakdale Road. So we were all stationed there. And my job was to answer questions all over social media on Stanislaus County Sheriff Department's, their Facebook pages. So that's what we're trained to do. Answer questions and stick to the talking points. Did I answer your question?
All right. So everyone, let's join me in giving Adrenna a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Thank you.